Took one off at 1-to-1. Moved to stop to break even. We're wrestling with the IB low 33.45.40 right now. Like to see the next 30-minute bar open below that. Other than that,
Now,
it might be a failed downside auction. We may get out of it.
Okay. If we were to open below the IB and you get that close that you were looking for, would you consider adding back into this position?
Yeah, that would be. As long as we kind of leave some single TPOs below the initial balance low, that would be an add.
Okay.
Last week's low, 57.34. Yes, if we start moving down. What's wrong, Mo? You've barely touched your NQ.
Yeah. This is what I do every time. This is what I use to sell this, waiting to sell this, and they forgot that the smoothing line is still inside. So this whole thing could be in a range. So in my strategy, if the smoothing line is
order filled,
the moving average bond, I should wait. Until it exits. So I need for sellers to show more before I buy the next pullback.
Order filled.
I will wait. In another life, I'm short already, so I'm not now.
Alrighty.
Well, let's go ahead and do the infamous hashtag fast markets, hashtag power hour plug. If you have not already, we would ask that sometime today you send us some content on Twitter or X and you tag Top Step TV and throw one of those two hashtags in there, whether it's a battle station pick, whether it's
my target is
trade
right here.
Report, something fun that you want to just share with us. Obviously, you got the meme lord,
41.808
Lost Trader, all those guys that continue to pump out content for us. We appreciate all of y'all. But yeah, feel free to hit up X.
Damn, that's a lot.
Tag at Top Step TV.
I'm asking for a lot.
Fast markets,
I can't believe it.
And we will share some of that content later this
We only have 600, so
you want to hear
I don't think we're going to do that.
Flex game?
And we only have
did you
2.
send us some more content? I know you
and
had,
we are on
I will soon, but I literally
mega
you saw
desk.
me doing the bad picture thing
On
yesterday.
a
I cannot get far enough back. There's a wall
uh,
behind this green screen to actually in one frame without doing a panorama.
Let me do something right
that
here
wide.
because
Jack, you probably have you have a mega desk
Wait.
set up. I know MP would love that right now, but you got to have like something crazy for a desk.
Order filled.
Chair. This is a true story. My actual desk, because I have these wide monitors that wouldn't fit on a normal desk, is my family's kitchen table from growing up. So I am working at the table at which I ate when I was a child.
Wow. Still sitting at the kids' table, huh, Jack? Still sitting at the kids' table.
Sitting at it.
Every holiday, you're banished to your office. You got to sit at your desk.
Sounds about right.
It's the kids' table.
Yeah.
Hang out.
Yeah, Coach Hoop is sending another chat question about my smoothing line and the strategy. Basically, the strategy is price action strategy. I study the market movement, price action cycle, which contains of channel, then a break, and then leg 1, then leg 2, trading range, reversal. So it's the idea behind there is a cycle, repeat itself over and over and over again in micro channel, minor channel, and major channel. So it is cycle inside of a cycle. The point here is, how do I take trades? I take trades based on who has control, based on the 1000 tick chart, or sometimes 2000 tick chart if the volume was too high. So I use the moving averages to tell me who has control. For example, currently, if the smoothing line, which is basically a moving average of a moving average. So the smoothing line is nothing more than a calculation of something over something. So this moving average, 21 moving average, it calculates
so we need $100
of the previous 21, because it is 21 value, 21 candles, and plot it in the chart. The smoothing line is calculating that average.
We're going to do 100 each time.
So the philosophy
613.
And I find that because I
613.
do
That's what
multiple
we're
of
looking for.
back testing,
Right there.
and I see that
That's
whenever the
100
smoothing
bucks.
line crosses down
Two,
the
but
normal
if it
moving
comes
average,
back,
that
because
indicates
where are
that
we?
we don't have any
We
more
are
sellers.
at
Buyers
45.
are having control.
So
So I buy
if
the
we get
pullback,
below
I buy the pullback
45,
until
let's say
the other way
30,
around
I'd
happens.
be more than happy
If the
to
smoothing
add
line
one,
crosses above the 21 EMA,
even
now
25.
there is no more sellers in the market
I don't see why
now,
not.
and suggest that the sellers
Well,
are taking control,
let's see
wait
if
for the
it hits
confirmation,
there.
and keep selling. So that's basically simply the idea. But the devil is in the details, where not all touch for the moving average should take. Not all, you need to wait for some traps or some stop run. And that happens whenever the smoothing line inside the three moving averages, which is basically the close, the high, and the low. So if the smoothing line is inside, that is telling you, yeah, maybe there is a control, but it's not confirmed yet. So wait for a confirmation. They are in a range. They are fighting in this area. So if you see a big fight between two big people, two big person, you'll never go inside them. So you wait and you want to see who is winning and you will join him. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm waiting for this smoothing line to exit either from upside or downside. Currently, it's inside. So if I took that short just because the market touched the
Okay,
moving
so
average
just
and
in
gave a
case
strong
there's
red
something
candle,
going
I
on,
used to take it, as I said.
we
But
want
you
to
can
have
see
a
how they're
stop
fighting
here.
here. They're fighting. I don't want to be in this fight. This is
Okay, that's for
uncertain.
118
I want to
ticks.
have something certain, like this one,
Kind of
exactly like this
crazy
one. Look at this. The
because
smoothing line is
what am I looking
outside, so
here?
that's suggesting we are in a trend. So this is basically what I'm trying to execute in the market. And here is another problem. No, execution is a totally different story. Sometimes you catch the move, you don't have the time, the market moves without you. You take your stop loss and run again. You have to do something about this.
Thank you, Mohammed, for that explanation.
No.
Don't get between two big guys. Join the winner.
Yeah.
Throw
We're
sand.
at 45.
We got about 3 minutes until new home sales.
Yes, I
believe
was
that's the
just
last
going to say
number.
that. Yes, indeed, watching it. They're looking at, as far as the new home sales, 695,000. Prior was 724. The month-to-month change, they're looking at a negative 4% versus the prior is a positive 0.7, 0.4. So that might turn the blender on a little bit here. We'll see.
Let's hope so, because we are absolutely just doing nothing right now, and it is quite fun.
35,
I
30
will
is
say
going to
there
hit.
is a on the wire here just a couple minutes ago.
30
You
is
got
going to hit.
Musalim.
How about
Business
if we
executives
hit
are trying to
28?
figure out how to manage uncertainty about supply chains, inventory, and inflation. India and the U.S. are close to
You
a
hit
pretty
Order
28,
filled.
deal in
28,
7 to 10
25.
days per CNBC.
Okay. So we are at 4.
Dakota,
10.
7 to 10
4.
days.
Prediction.
Dakota, how are you? I know in your other businesses, you kind of work in the supply chain world. What's any kind of major updates?
25
Anything
holding,
that you're feeling really on that
23.
side of things, or is it just kind of
No, man.
business?
I delegated a lot of that my last trip to
Information.
Vegas. My last trip to Vegas, I delegated everything, so I've been kind of out of it for the past week or two. I haven't had to deal with all the drama, but
20
the last update I had
30
was
to
when I was in
40, that's
Vegas,
20 points.
and it was still a mess. Everyone's just rushing to get product in because of the uncertainty. And other than that, I don't know. It's nice. It's nice to wake up not thinking about the supply chain world anymore.
Yeah,
And
I can imagine, man.
507.
I miss it.
Holy
It's like
crap.
anything, right? You delegate a team,
Okay.
and I was working with quite a bit of people in China, Vietnam, and
36.
Mexico. But yeah, I'm no longer in those meetings anymore
15.
since Las Vegas, and it's been a lot less stressful for the past couple weeks, especially with everything that's been going on.
What were you importing and exporting again? I remember it being like gag gifts, bachelorette parties, or something like that. Something close.
Yeah,
was
that's
it?
how I got your address to send that one thing.
I thought you got it some
Yeah.
other way.
Yeah, all
No,
those
I
all,
it
all those
was
phallic
a
balloons
variety of
cost a
things,
ton.
man.
Whoa, Jack, come on, man.
Hey, 30 seconds here.
Oh, all right.
This is a
No, there's
kid
a
show.
variety of things from like the cartons for French fries
Liners
for Carl's
there.
Jr. to
Down.
man,
down.
the list is so diverse when it
The
comes.
2
But
hour.
most interesting thing I've ever
15.
imported.
10
It
seconds.
was
Hold that thought.
swimwear.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Swimwear. As I say, hold
Yeah,
that
swimwear,
thought.
Eddie. I'll give everyone the inside scoop on the swimwear after this news event.
All right. New home sales coming in at 743,000. So they skunked on that one. Also, new home sales changed month over month. They were looking at a negative 4%. Boy, swing and a miss. Coming in positive 10.9. So closer to the prior than what they were thinking. And that's what I've got here so far. So
Thanks, Eddie.
Take two, Dakota.
Yeah.
Welcome,
The reason why I think my most surprising thing was swimwear is because the same product, it's the same material, same everything. There's a different tariff between men's
We're
swimwear
going
and
400.
women's swimwear,
We're going
and
400.
it's the exact
Come
same
on, baby.
material, exact same weight, exact same
Look at
everything.
that.
And then
Come on.
there's also
come
a
on,
different
come
tariff
On, come
if
on.
you just classify it as unisex. So the companies we've worked
Interesting.
for would just classify everything as unisex and save quite a pretty penny on the duties and tariffs coming into the US. It's some weird stuff, man. It really is. Tariffs it's like a game. If you could find a way to label one thing a different way, potatoes. Hey, does this have a zipper? Does this not have a zipper? Can we just get away with calling this something else? And hopefully that border patrol
Pick it
does
up.
not go through and inspect it and have a different opinion. It's an interesting world.
Yeah.
Is
Come
that Border
on,
Patrol or
fight on the
Customs?
west
Or the
side.
same thing.
It is always
Yeah,
whenever you
Customs
have
Border
more
Patrol.
regulation, you will
Damn.
have more. You have more regulation, more games playing around.
Come on.
Yeah, if you ever
Come
studied
on,
the harmonized tax code, harmonized tariff
come
code,
on.
it's just the thickest book. I mean, they have master's degree on that stuff.
Sometime we'll need to get a list, Dakota, of the 10 most interesting things you've imported, exported.
I could.
I'm
I
fascinated by
could
this.
do that.
I would love to see
I'll
that.
definitely get it to you.
9 is good.
It's got to be something just super outlandish on that
Have
list.
we hit 9?
I know
Nipple
that's what Jack's
tassels.
hoping for. Nipple tassels. There we go. Pasties.
Send 'em my
Eddie
way.
would probably say pasties.
Yeah, pasties.
How
It
about
was
hoodoo
classified as
skirts?
pasties. Yeah, and
130.
Hoodoo skirt.
I take
I
that.
think at customs we
take that.
classified it as just stickers.
Why on
That's
earth?
exactly what they
Why on
are.
earth? Why on earth the tariffs on women underwear is different than men underwear? What is this? Who had that thought? I mean, for what?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Who knows?
I do not know.
I mean, these things,
No,
drives me
I don't
crazy.
get half the stuff that
I
goes
don't
on
know
with customs.
who approves that. It could be an idea for someone, but somebody should approve that.
Well,
sure
I
they-
will say, so somebody in chat makes a really good point. So if you think about it, us guys, we maybe buy one swimsuit per decade.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna
You
say.
you got women that typically like to buy a few more in a smaller amount of time. So it's like if you're just thinking about it from a dollar perspective, there's more money to be made in women's clothing versus men's clothing. You look at our
Right.
closets, dude, it's got like 10 items in it. We wear the same pair of jeans 5 days a week, wash them at the end of the week. Yeah, 5 pairs of boxers, a couple shirts. Like
What's
very
mind
limited
blowing,
closet,
man, is that they even have a different
Yeah,
tariff
but
code
Order filled.
on
the government
unisex.
is not there to make money.
Here we
The
go.
government
We're
role
starting
is not to make money off
to
of people buying
bank
things.
money.
It's to
So now
regulate
we have
things,
2
to make
more. Where
fair
we
playing
going?
field
I
for
want to
everybody. It's not to
really
make
go
money
over
out.
here. But if
This
I
is-
want to
this is
go
what
over
I
here, I
understand
need to
about
buy 2
government.
more.
That's what we
If I
think,
want to
right?
buy 2 more,
Well, yeah, you
let me
elect
let me
people
use the
to
feeble.
let them arrange things.
Give
So
Nancy a call.
anyway,
Give Nancy
it's
a
not-
call.
It comes down to the nature of tariffs in general. Is I'm not a big fan of just generalized blanket tariffs because that just becomes a tax. But I mean, in its traditional sense, tariffs are supposed to be very specific to accomplish a specific goal. Um, I have no idea what that goal was in this case, but we'll have to look into it. Maybe something interesting we'll learn.
Well, as
Or
Jimmy
what?
said in chat, is this a trading channel or QVC? So let's switch gears back to the markets here. And
These
we
affect
are
the market.
they do. But we do have a little bit of
yeah,
movement
for
in the
me, not
market. So
trades. I mean, for
yeah,
me,
no
still there's
trades.
Crude 75%
nothing.
long here right now. Making a nice
Looking like
move here
we're
towards the tops.
Yep, breaking the overnight highs currently from earlier this morning. Last trade in the crude was 61.37, stalling at the highs, but just broke above. Nasdaq and ES both kind of pushing to the upside of the session so far. Last trade in the ES 58.02 half. Last trade in Nasdaq 20,920 and moving. Gold is just continuing to do nothing but
Way
range.
over 50.
Hogue, are
So
you? I mean,
maybe
is this a time
here,
stop situation? Are we just gonna kind of let it run? Like, what are we? What are we thinking on this
672.
gold
Yeah,
trade? Now we're just continuing to fight this IB low.
I mean, we are fighting the low of the IB here. It wasn't an ad because it didn't really give us much. I've moved the stop down to 33.50.70, so we're in a profitable trade. Took 1-to-1 on it. We're in profit with the stop. If we can hold below this IB low, I could see it continue to roll lower, especially if equities continue to roll higher. So right now we're just hold and wait, sit and wait right now.
All right. Well, while we
I'll
sit
write
and
it
wait,
down
let's go ahead
today.
and I just got booted from VMix. Looks like Jack did too.
Me too.
We
Ah,
are. There's Hogue.
oh, here it
They're
is.
coming, man. Coming for us.
Find
3,
here every
4.
single person.
The ladies'
We only made
underwear trade
75 bucks so
association.
far.
Yeah,
They're
at
after
some
us.
point you're
Oh
just gonna
my
see 4 blank
goodness, all
cameras
this
and
work,
just charts. It's gonna
75
be
bucks.
silent.
It's
Uh,
good. It's
or
good. It's
James is gonna
worth it.
pop up out of the blue, or we'll let Andrea do a face reveal. How about that?
So,
Let's let's do that sometime.
Don't do that.
But we got tip of the week, Eddie. If you're back there, I see you. I think you are back in the green room.
Yeah.
Let's do.
I
What's the
just got
tip of the
kicked
week?
out. And I'm back. I'm back. Ah, I want to be consistent. Do you want to be consistent? I think consistency is so important. I'd rather make $200 a day all week than swing for the fence and try to make that in one fell swoop.
Order filled.
But here's some reasons. You need to embrace consistency. How about building your trust in your process? If you can't trust your process, who can you trust? When you repeat proven behaviors, you reinforce the belief in your edge. I mean, this is going to give you a little confidence, all right, for the consistency. How about reducing emotional trading? Gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Emotions, they sabotage just about everything. Consistent routines help reduce those impulsive, idiotic, reactive decisions. Yes, you see in chat, oh gosh, what did I do? What a dummy I am. You don't need to say that, okay? Let's look for consistency. How about improving risk management? All right, following the same risk rules prevents blowing up during volatile swings. We see a lot of volume here, see a lot of market swings. Don't freak. All right. And how about eliminating decision fatigue? All right. Repeatable systems
Order
means fewer
filled.
decisions, less stress. So embrace consistency, my friends, and things will be much, much not easier, but I believe much better.
it 2 at
And I'm going to pass this
6:15.
back to you, Gabe, and that's embracing consistency. That's the last one for this week.
Thanks, Eddie. Dakota, what's one of the best ways that you've been able to develop consistency over your career? What do you think's one of the number one contributing factors to that, in your opinion?
Ooh, good question. Damn, that really is a good question, man. I think it's not looking at the dollar amounts. One of my favorite features of Top Step X, and some platforms have this, some don't. But instead of when you enter a trade, it'll show you the dollar amount fluctuation, but switching from the dollar amount mindset to points. And if I focus on making, say, or risking or whatever you want, and however your system is, how many points per day on average can you make? Doesn't matter whether it's 1 micro, 5 micros, 1
119
mini, 5 minis.
with
It's all the
3.
same if you're focused on those points.
What
And it's
is
just a
that?
matter of sizing. So I like to risk
178.
about 50 points a day. And if my
705.
daily loss limit is 5,000 and 50 points a day on the Nasdaq will allow me to trade 50 minis, right? Or not 50, 5 minis. Ooh, 5 minis. And then it's the same for, say right now, my day loss limit is 3,000. If I want to risk, I'm looking for 50 points worth of risk today, then 3 minis. And so that has helped me. It's more of a mindset type thing. It's more of how I build my process around, because it's harder for people to, make that adjustment. We're emotionally attached to money.
We are emotionally attached to money. I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons why people
Consistency,
try to get to that
if you
finish
allow
line.
me,
What's up, Mo?
consistency, as Dakota said, in trading, I look at it from different angle. If you want to be consistent in trading, you can't be consistent in trading if you are not consistent in your life. What I mean that, if you want to be consistent in something, start with something easy, something simple. Try yourself. Can you be consistent in that or not? For example, 10 push-ups every day. See yourself. Can you do that consistent every day? If yes, go to more difficult thing. Visit your mom, for example, 1 time a week. So do something routinely in a consistent matter. Then you can be consistent in trading, because being consistent in trading is very difficult task. If you are not consistent in easy thing, don't waste your time, my friend. Really, you have to practice being consistent.
Yeah,
I
I like that.
I
In all
sent you guys
aspects of your
something
life, right?
in Slack.
What you got, Dakota? I see
Good
it.
high and
I only
We have
was
good
I could
news
only
here.
take a screenshot because I'm not able to give like a full pedimento. A pedimento is just a legal document for customs from Mexico to the US. But yeah,
Can we
there's
show
that
that though?
example. What's that?
Can we show that screenshot or no?
No,
You said
let's
Yeah.
not show it.
okay.
We'll just
Okay.
admire it.
Never mind. No worries.
The one I sent, you can.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. That's
All right, Andrea will get it loaded up.
We have good news.
What's up? What's your good news?
The smoothing line is finally outside now.
Okay.
So the bad news, it's outside from the side that I don't want to have it, but this is the market is giving me. It's telling me that the buyers are having control now. Confirmed. Now look for a signal and the target for buyers. What are the buyers are looking for? They are looking for a complete rotation within
big
this
bomb.
channel. They're already there. So we need to find a target for buyers. I see the target is maybe
I knew it,
21,000.
Well, la gran puta, madre.
20,018.
I picked it up. All
Um,
right.
But that give me
All
back
right, all
to a
right.
question
I
asked
knew
by
it,
the chat.
man.
What
And he
type
closed
of day
above.
in my strategy? Every day
509
I
buy
define
it.
it as
Friday.
either a range or a trend, or reversal, or
Use.
multi-trend. So today is started as a range in the
Today.
beginning. It was
Okay,
a clear range in the beginning, and now it's
Nasdaq's
going down. So go ahead.
Go ahead, Mo. I was just gonna say Nasdaq's at that 980 level. This was that level I was looking for a short. I want to see if this market reacts or reverses. Then there's a possible opportunity to short these 980s. I mean,
Yeah, let's wait for the 5-minute candle to close at least, because it's very
came and
bullish
gone.
right now.
Yeah, this is that
Yeah.
resistance from May 12th.
We do have that big psychological hold number coming up to 21,000 as well. Dakota, would you kind of factor that in if you are looking for shorts around these, 980s, let's say, if it does give you the signal for yourself to enter, would you factor in that whole number when it comes to managing maybe your risk? And
Yeah, of
putting a
course.
stop?
Yeah, that's a big psychological number. I mean, that was kind of the first touch of those 980s was a trade. I don't think I was going to be able to just like put a sell limit there, but yeah, we're we went down to 960s really quick. If we consolidate up in this area as a zone, maybe we hit 2100, maybe we see some type of consolidation or a 3-bar reversal on the 5-minute, then yeah, I'm taking a short. This is the zone I want to see for an opportunity to short it, is this 980s. And it's came and gone, man. Good trade location doesn't last long.
We're coming on. We're about 7 points away. 7 points higher in the ES would be the SPX 5800 level. If you're looking to make a move off a level, I'm still kind of letting this play out for now. 300 lots offered 5809.5.